Hi friends, I Sunil Gupta welcome you at the platform of Edukemy. Edukemy, that is the digital platform to train you when you are the aspirant of the civil services examination. In the area of the discussion on the YouTube lecture on the academics, I am going to discuss very important topic today, and that is called the police reforms in India. This topic is very important from the examination point of view. In the public administration in paper 2, there is chapter number 13 that is related to the law and order administration. Here is very important topic, police administration, and under this is very important basic part of the police reforms. This topic is also related to general studies, paper number 3. This is related to the internal security. So let us begin the discussion about the police reforms in India. First of all, understand what is the meaning of the police. Police is the organization that has to manage the law and order management in our country. This is the organization that has to trap the area of criminalization and has to put that particular person, has to send to the judiciary. Judiciary has to make the fair justice, and based upon the justice, the person is sent to rehabilitation center, what is called the jail. And after getting, then and thereafter they are put under the mainstream. This kind of circle is going to happen every time. So this is called the police administration. So whenever you have to see the population in India, this India consisting of the 130 crore population, and 130 crore population, certain population is said to be violator of laws and has to involve in the crime. And so this is the police administration, and this police administration has to trap the person, has to send to the judiciary in order to just get the fair justice. Judiciary has to send the person to jail whenever found to be the person involved in the criminalization, and then sent to the mainstream. The whole system is being done under the law and order management, and this police is said to be the very important mechanism to trap the crime element from the social system. So for the better governance, for the welfare governance, there must be police administration effective, efficient, and accountable. But it is not going to happen in our country. Our country requires much more reforms because some challenges are going to be happen. This kind of police machinery we incepted under the Constitution of India in the 1950. Today that is called the 2021. 71 years have been taken place, and then and thereafter, still some challenges are going to happen in the police administration, right? And if challenges are going to happen, then we need what? The police reforms. So very important, reforms are required whenever challenges are going to happen. Why challenges are going to happen? Due to the colonial attitude and the behavior and the structure in the police administration. We have not yet made the much more reforms in the structure, behavior, and the functioning of the police administration. So first of all, we have to know about what are the challenges before police administration. Then and thereafter, we will have to know what kind of reforms are required. It's okay. So let us begin the discussion about the challenges here. Let us see what are the challenges. Many challenges are going to happen, and the first important challenge has to come here, what is called prevalence of outdated legislation. So many police administration are going to work under the outdated legislation. These provisions of the legislations are not suitable for the welfare state. For example, that police administration is mostly run by the Indian Police Act 1861 that has to give much more power to district magistrate, than this superintendent of police. But in matters of specialization, superintendent of police requires more powers. So we have seen tussle between the superintendent of police and the district magistrate on the matters of the law and order management. It is only due to the provisions under the Indian Police Act 1861. Same thing is going to happen in the Indian Penal Code 1860. The penal code has been created in the 1860, and now it is going to be applied. Automatically problem will take place. And another important Indian Evidence Act 1870 to think about. Now this time the evidence, that is called the witnesses, are being judged under this particular act, and now technological development has been taken place, technical development have been taken place, and so many areas needs to be come under the Evidence Act, but it is not going to happen and has to create the challenges. The first important challenge is due to the outdated legislation. Second important challenge what we have seen here, diffuse responsibility of the police administration. Just like, for example, our constitutional makers have made here in such a way that police is the subject of what? The state. Police is the subject of state. And police personnel, that is called the IPS, members of IPS, that is a part of All India Service, that is a part of the union. Now consider, if a structure is under the state and the personnel is under the union, and the criminal procedure code, this is called the criminal procedure code, is under the concurrent list, means processing in under the concurrent list. Think about a structure where in a state, very important personnel, where in that is union, and very important process where in that is the concurrent list. Automatically, if coordination is being maintained, then it's okay. If coordination is not being maintained, again the problem will take place. Next slide, that is said to be the very complicated problem, needs coordination. Many organized terrorism, global terrorism is a part of the problem, very complicated problem. We need coordination among India, union and state and the various stakeholders of social system, and so automatically it is not going to happen, and so the problem has to come here, right? Third important problem is related to criminalization of politics. Whenever lawbreakers have become the lawmakers, again it has to create the problem before law and order management, because minister concerned is from the criminal background and has to hold the responsibility of the police administration. Automatically goal displacement will take place in the police administration, and so the problem has to come here. Same thing, lack of sound police personnel policy. देखो पुलिस पर्सनल पॉलिसी की बात में अगर हम करें तो देयर इज lack in matters of recruitment, in matters of training, in matters of performance appraisal, then and thereafter there will be the problem in the police administration. No doubt you cannot deny the lack of modernization. Our police personnel is not modernized in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the skill development, in terms of the behavioral development, and so automatically the problem has to come here. ये institutional problem है, anti humanistic behavior एक behavioral problem है, अब ये psychological problem है ये, तो इनके पास एक attitude है. Attitude is there कि मार के डर से भूत भी भागता है. It means that exploitative behavior has to come through this particular anti-humanistic way, and so automatically such kind of behavior has to just maintain the gap between the police and the public. That is the fact here. Next important challenge has to come here. This is called the non-accountable nature of the police administration. देखो पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में अगर अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं है तो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड करप्शन विल टेक प्लेस, institutional corruption, nepotism, favoritism, that automatically will come out, and then and thereafter we have seen in police administration, and police public relation is not appropriate. This is also one of the important challenges before the police एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो देखो बच्चे इतने सारे चैलेंजेस हैं, अभी चैलेंजेस खत्म नहीं हुआ, बल्कि एक और भी चैलेंजेस, साइकोलॉजिकल चैलेंजेस, व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द ओवर बर्डन नेचर ऑफ द पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. देखो पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन साइकोलॉजिकली is getting overburdened, and so abnormality is being extended in matters of the police management, and so based upon that this is here. And rapid socio-economic change, it means देखो social change अगर हो रहा है then उसी के बराबर में इंस्टीट्यूशनल चेंज भी होना चाहिए, एंड इफ देयर इज अ गैप इन द सोशल चेंज एंड इंस्टीट्यूशनल चेंज, अगेन द प्रॉब्लम विल टेक प्लेस इन द पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो हमने देखा क्या कि पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हैविंग द चैलेंजेस, एंड चैलेंजेस ऑटोमेटिकली इन मैटर्स ऑफ द लेजिस्लेशन, in matters of the behavior, in matters of the institution, in matters of the coordination, in matters of the social change, in matters of the police public relation, ये सब है challenges, and if challenges are there, then and thereafter police will not work in very effective and efficient manner. तो बच्चे अब करना क्या पड़ेगा, ऑटोमेटिकली वी हैव टू मेंटेन द रिफॉर्म. अब रिफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा. तो देखो रिफॉर्म हम लोग अब डिस्कस करें अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिफॉर्म्स कमेटी रिकमेंडेशन. शुरू से लेकर के अंत तक हम लोग चलेंगे. कुछ कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट रिफॉर्म्स कमेटी हैज मेड द रिकमेंडेशन, आई विल टेल यू, राइट. So reform start from this particular committee, what is called the Gore committee in 1974. Gore committee was the first important committee who made the recommendation upon the police training and has to focus upon three important areas. First, modernization of the training infrastructure, introduction of the sandwich training. Sandwich training means ऐसा ट्रेनिंग दो कुछ दिन इंस्टीट्यूशन में कुछ दिन फील्ड में फिर इंस्टीट्यूशन में ट्रेनिंग शुड बी देयर. दिस इज कॉल्ड द सैंडविच ट्रेनिंग. एंड अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट, the police public relations should be the focus of the police training. So very important fact here. ये तीन important recommendation दिया. इनके कहने पे we have introduced in 1986 IPS में the sandwich training that has been introduced here, right? IAS में पहले भी introduce हो चुका था 1968 में, but इसमें हमने introduce किया in 1986, right? Very very important fact here, what is called the National Police Commission. National Police Commission was constituted by Janata government in 1977 and has given the 8th report, very comprehensive report up to 1980. तो इसीलिए हम लोग 1977 to 80 इनका एक रहा है, right? इनका कुछ कुछ रिकमेंडेशन बड़ा फेमस हुआ. द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिकमेंडेशन दैट इज रिलेटेड टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ स्टेट्स Security Commission. There should be the State Security Commission consisting of MLA from the ruling party, MLA from opposition party, 2 person qualified to be the judge of the High Court, and the 2 person having the knowledge of the law and order management, एक chairperson, and Minister of Law and Order Administration at state level should be the chairperson. देखो इसके अंडर में कमिटी बने एंड दिस कमिटी शुड टेक द डिसीजन अबाउट द पुलिस परफॉर्मेंस and has to provide the guidelines to take the decision in matters of ambiguity. So very important fact here. So this we have mentioned here. ये कमीशन था जिसने बोला कि डीजीपी का टेन्योर मस्ट बी फिक्स्ड एंड इनका मानना था देयर शुड बी 3 to 4 years of the tenure of the DGP, right? Next important recommendation it has to say here what is called Constitution of Criminal Justice Commission in order to review the legislation. Next important establishment of the Central Police Committee that at the union level has to maintain the proper coordination. I told you there is need of the coordination between the union and state. Role of police administration सबसे important recommendation कि police administration should understand my role is not colonial, my role is to adjust in the welfare state, and so it should be people oriented, it should be inspirational role, right? Next important area what we are going to make the discussion here, that is called repeal of the Police Act 1861. इनका मानना ये था एक मॉडल एक्ट आना चाहिए replacement of the Police Act 1861, and then it has to say here district inquiry committee because accountability in the police administration must be managed. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए पुलिस एक्सेसेस अगर हो रहा है then one committee, one inquiry committee must be constituted for this purpose. अभी भी होता है लेकिन हम लोग कमिटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं, इसके बाद कमिटी रिकमेंडेशन दिया, फिर हुआ, फिर कमिटी नहीं, एक परमानेंट कमिटी शुड बी देयर. एनी पर्सन शुड गो टू द कमिटी एंड हैज टू मेक द इंक्वायरी अपॉन द मैटर. तो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज सेड टू बी दीज आर द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ द फर्स्ट नेशनल पुलिस कमीशन. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज सेड टू बी द सोली सोराबजी कमिटी 2006. सोली सोराबजी अब नहीं रहे, बड़े ही इंपॉर्टेंट एंड बहुत ही you can say very experienced expert person in law and order management and बहुत सारे एरिया में इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन है. पुलिस में इनका जो कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स को लेकर के, फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट हैज टू से हियर आउटडेटेड लेजिस्लेशन मस्ट गो. तो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन मॉडल एक्ट शुड बी देयर लाइक एनपीसी जैसे रिकमेंडेशन दिया था. एंड वेरी वेरी फोकस इज अपॉन द पुलिस पब्लिक रिलेशन कि पुलिस पब्लिक रिलेशन मस्ट बी फैसिलिटेटेड. तो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट इज दियर. इनका एक रिकमेंडेशन आज भी हम याद करते हैं. एंड इसी के बीच में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का एक केस आया दैट इज रिलेटेड टू द पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स इन इंडिया. एंड सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द वेरी फेमस केस व्हाट इज कॉल्ड प्रकाश सिंह केस वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया 2006. इसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक डायरेक्शन दिया. स्टिल वी आर गोइंग टू फॉलो द डायरेक्शन. कुछ कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ यू. फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज कॉल्ड लिमिट पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल. पुलिस का पॉलिटिसाइजेशन बहुत हो रहा है, इनको कंट्रोल करने के लिए देयर शुड बी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ ए स्टेट सिक्योरिटी कमीशन जो नेशनल पुलिस कमीशन ने बोला था. और यही स्टेट सिक्योरिटी कमीशन हैज़ टू टेक द डिसीजन अबाउट all the matters where there is chances of politicization of the issues. कहाँ कहाँ पे politicization का chances हो सकता है? Chances in evaluation of performance, chances in broad public policy, chances in while deciding the transfer and the training policies. तो यहाँ पर SSC का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना चाहिए. सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट अपॉइंटमेंट बेस्ड अपॉन मेरिट. मेरिट पर बेस्ड होकर के डीजीपी का अपॉइंटमेंट हो. अ मिनिमम टेन्योर मस्ट बी एश्योर्ड व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द 2 years should be the minimum tenure. Third important area it has to say here, minimum tenure must be there and superintendent of police should be given the minimum tenure of the 2 years. कम से कम इसको ट्रांसफर हम नहीं करेंगे in ordinary situation. Now separate police function, इनका मानना है कि one police personnel is very overburdened. हमने बोला ना पहले बहुत overburdened है, तो there is need of automatically investigating police separate, another important line police separate, तो separate होना चाहिए. Here is the setup of fair and transparent system of the police establishment board should be there and it is related to the matter. ये matter को देखे जहाँ पर accountability की ज़रूरत है. These are the fact here. Next important is said to be police complaint authority. Very important. Police complaint authority, according to this Supreme Court, it has to say a two kind, one at a state level, one at the district level. दो तरह के authority होना चाहिए. So DSP के नीचे के लेवल पे देखेंगे एंड डीएसपी ऊपर में दिस पर्टिकुलर लेवल स्टेट लेवल पे कंप्लेंट अथॉरिटी हैज टू इंश्योर वेदर देयर इज द एक्सेसेस ऑफ द पुलिस एक्शन और नॉट, राइट. सो दिस इज द recommendation. And setup of selection committee for the union level also very important. Union level has also the CRPF, BSF, ITBP, ये भी paramilitary forces हैं. इनके head का selection करने के लिए there should be the proper selection committee should be there, National Security Commission should be there and has to maintain accountability of the union level police personnel. So based upon this one we have seen these are the outcome of which particular Prakash Singh case. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का कहना है. हमने लगभग इस रिकमेंडेशंस को मान लिया हुआ है. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सेकंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिफॉर्म्स कमीशन. Second Administrative Reforms Commission has made very comprehensive recommendation in the report number 13. And so in this particular way it has to make the recommendation. The first important छोटे छोटे recommendation को यहाँ पर हम लोग compile करते हैं. First recommendation has to say कि 19th century legislation cannot be applied in 21st century. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि legislation is very very outdated. और आउटडेटेड है तो इनको हटा करके एक नया पुलिस एक्ट आना चाहिए. हमने बहुत बार देखा, पीछे भी रिकमेंडेशन काफ़ी थे. मल्टी प्रोन्ड स्ट्रेटजी शुड बी देयर, राइट. तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के लिए एक आदमी रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है बल्कि सेक्टर्स ऑफ सोसाइटीज आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. ऑल स्टेक होल्डर्स शुड टेक द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर द पुलिस मैनेजमेंट. एंड सो this one is concerned. All public agencies should maintain zero tolerance strategy. Very important fact is there. Necessary amendments should be done in evidence act. हमने कहा कि evidence act काफ़ी पुराना है, चेंज होना चाहिए इसका. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, डिप्लॉयमेंट ऑफ पुलिस फोर्सेस एट द स्टेट should not exceed to 3 months. अभी हमने देखा non accountability has to come in the deployment of police forces are going to be happen here, right. And next important, it has to make the national इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी जो हम कहते हैं, इन्होंने का रिकमेंडेशन दिया था, इन्हीं के कहने पे हमने NIA इंट्रोड्यूस किया बाई एक्ट ऑफ द 2008. एंड PPSC पुलिस परफॉर्मेंस एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी कमीशन, कह सकते हो SSC का नाम पुलिस परफॉर्मेंस एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी कमीशन है. शुड बी एट इन एवरी स्टेट, दैट इज द देयर. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लोकल कोर्ट क्रिएट करने का. 1/3 रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ वीमेन इन द police forces, these are the mentioned here. And in order to check the terrorist fund, National Counter Terrorism Center NCTC एक बनना चाहिए. हालांकि इनके रिकमेंडेशन को हमने नहीं माना. एंड NIA हैज़ टू जस्ट टेक केयर ऑफ द रोल ऑफ द NCTC. So based upon this one, these are the important recommendations of the police reforms. Some initiatives we have taken based upon the reforms and some initiatives we have to take under the reform, right. So for this particular इसी के साथ में I am going to just so finish my lecture. And if you feel that certain topics are very very important for the examination for the public administration, then you have to tell me in the comment box. I will try my best to share some of the views related to that particular topic. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. May God bless you. Bye-bye.